Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
Hi, this is Miss Laura reading a story to you today. This is one of my very favorite authors, Eric Carle. He actually writes the stories and draws the pictures. This is Mr. Seahorse, and I hope you enjoy reading it with me today. Mr. Seahorse by Eric Carle. Mr. and Ms. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea. Miss Seahorse began to wiggle and twist, this way and that. "It's time for me to lay my eggs," she said. "Can I help?" asked Mr. Seahorse. "Oh, yes, thank you," said Miss Seahorse, and she laid her eggs into a pouch on Mr. Seahorse's belly. "I'll take good care of our eggs," said Mr. Seahorse. "I promise." As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he passed right by a group of trumpet fish hidden in a patch of reeds. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. "How are you, Mr. Stickleback?" asked Mr. Seahorse. "Delighted," replied Mr. Stickleback. "I just built a nest, and right away Miss Stickleback laid her eggs into it. Now I am taking good care of them until they hatch." "Keep up the good work," said Mr. Seahorse, and swam on his way. As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he passed right by a lionfish hidden behind a coral reef. Ooh. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. "How are you, Mr. Tilapia?" asked Mr. Seahorse. Mr. Tilapia couldn't answer. His mouth was full of eggs. I know," said Mr. Seahorse. "Ms. Tilapia laid her eggs. Now you are taking good care of them until they hatch." Mr. Tilapia nodded his head. "You must be very happy," said Mr. Seahorse, and swam on his way. As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he passed right by a pair of leaf fish hidden among the seaweed. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. "How are you, Mr. Curtis?" asked Mr. Seahorse. "Perfectly fine," replied Mr. Curtis. Miss Curtis laid her eggs, and I have stuck them on my head. Now I am taking good care of them until they hatch." "You are doing a good job," said Mr. Seahorse, and swam on his way. As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he passed right by a stonefish hidden behind a rock. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. "How are you, Mr. Pipe?" asked Mr. Seahorse. "Couldn't be better," replied Mr. Pipe. "Miss Pipe laid her eggs along my belly. Now I am taking good care of them until they hatch." "You should feel proud of yourself," said Mr. Seahorse, and swam on his way. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. "How are you, Mr. Bullhead?" asked Mr. Seahorse. "Tip-top," replied Mr. Bullhead. "Miss Bullhead laid her eggs, and the eggs hatched. Now I'm babysitting." "You are doing a fine job," said Mr. Seahorse, and swam on his way. The time had come for the seahorse babies to be born. Mr. Seahorse wiggled and twisted this way and that. At last the babies tumbled from Mr. Seahorse's pouch and swam away. One baby turned around and tried to come back into the pouch. "Oh no," said Mr. Seahorse, "I do love you, but now you are ready to be on your own." The end. Thank you for reading Mr. Seahorse by Eric Carle with me today. And if you like this story, Eric Carle has written many, many stories. Look them up.
You're watching Walton Entertainment.
Monroe Country Day School's mission is to inspire every student to have a passion for academic and personal excellence through creative learning, independent thinking, and selfless service to others. Students are exposed to the local community and provided opportunities for independent thinking.
What will you do with all the dirt?
Some of the dirt you see has been hauled over here because they're going to have to build the finished floor, the elevation of the building, so that it's got to have the right kind of soil that will compact and tighten up for the footings of the building.
Monroe Country Day School values the whole child. Therefore, we believe in a holistic and integrated approach that involves the development of the student academically, personally, and socially. Monroe Country Day School believes that creative learning produces independent thinking and fosters a love of learning. Excellence is applied to all that we do. We strive to foster students that are pursuing strong academic and personal excellence. Project-based education is integrated into our curriculum.
When we go back in the classroom, we need the combined weight of you guys because we've got to figure our bridge, our mass bridge weight ratio, okay? You got to figure out how much weight it was that finally broke your bridge, okay?
We need a scale for that.
And then on Monday, we're going to redesign. We figured out where some of our flaws are. We're going to spend another week redesigning, all right?
Monroe Country Day School offers personalized education that begins with the personal knowledge of each student academically and each student's personal story. We believe that taking personal responsibilities for one's academic and personal choices produces strong, independent, capable, and confident citizens. Students are taught responsibility for self, peers, and community. Through service to one's peers and community, an equipped leader finds personal growth and fulfillment. We facilitate this leadership through providing experiences of service. Respect is the basis for good dialogue, independent thinking, and mutual enjoyment of life lived in community. Monroe Country Day School is designed for families who see the value of educating the whole child. Monroe Country Day School will reach its mission by maintaining small class sizes, offering project-based learning and a high-level curriculum, and by providing service opportunities in an aesthetically pleasing environment. Monroe Country Day School has positioned itself to produce a community of young people who are strong in mind and character and living as contributing members in their community. For more information, please contact Mandy Wellington, Admissions Director, at 770-267-8955.
So we're out at Babyland General, and this is in Cleveland, Georgia, which is not far from Helen. We're going to see what we can find to do today on a back road treasure that takes you out amongst the mountains. I think the clouds have cleared up a little bit, so we're going to go out and see if we can find some fun stuff and give you maybe a historique look of what we're going to find today here in Cleveland and in Helen.
And my feet don't touch the floor, but that's nothing unusual. But this is a cool cabbage chair, is it not? It's cool.
And this is Mildred, the second original Cabbage Patch Kid, adopted May 28, 1977. So we're inside Babyland right now. This is amazing. Look, these things are going up and down here. Cabbage right here. Hello there. How are you?
Welcome to Babyland General Hospital. I'm Dr. Caleb.
Nurse Janet.
And we're going to be assisting Mother Cabbage in this delivery. Now understand that this is a Planned Parenthood. Is it Caroline? Yeah. Okay, well let's give her a hand because she's actually already adopted this baby.
Congratulations, Grandma.
Okay, and let's check and see. Mother Cabbage is dilated a full 10 leaves, which is normal for a cabbage delivery. Now the way that we know that Mother Cabbage is in labor are when the crystals at the base of the tree begin to glow. And you see the bunny bees up above us? They sprinkle their magic pollen, and that determines if we're going to have a boy or a girl. Now what were you hoping for? A girl? Okay, well we're going to do a quick sonogram. Okay. It does look like we have a happy baby. What do you think, Nurse Chanda?
I think you're going to have a baby girl.
Yeah. Okay. Now one of the first things we like to give Mother Cabbage is a large dose of amoxicillin. Now this is just going to help keep her relaxed before and after the delivery. Now we also like to give Mother Cabbage a large dose of TLC. Now do you know what TLC stands for? Tender loving care is right. And you see that?
I see hair.
Yeah, we see hair, which means that our interns remembered to fertilize the patch last night. Which also means that the head is coming first, which is good. If it were feet first, it would be a branch delivery. We could be here all day. And now I do see blonde hair and blue eyes. That was what you were hoping for, right? Yeah. Okay. Now can I get y'all all to help out Caroline and Mother Cabbage? And on the count of 3, yell push as loud as you can. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Push!
Y'all can do better than that. 1, 2, 3.
Push!
Good job.
There she is.
Good girl. Wrap her up. Now, like I said, our interns did remember to fertilize the patch last night. That's how she was born with her hair. She does have big blue eyes and an outie belly button. I'll show y'all one more thing, but y'all try not to laugh. You'll notice that she does have the Xavier Roberts birthmark. Let's cover her up. I think she's starting to blush. Okay. Now, before we can take her back to the nursery, do you want to tell everybody what you're going to name her? Ella May?
Ella May. She sounds like she's going to be a princess when she grows up.
We're going to take her back over here to the nursery and you can watch us give her a checkup and everything. Well, let's give both of them a round of applause.
Ready for their spring event here at Cabbage Patch World, I like to call it, here in Cleveland. The balloons, people are decorating the room. This time next week, this place will be packed. People are coming to see the Cabbage Patch Kids and all the magic that happens right here.
With so much excitement and entertainment at Babyland, we had to jump in the car for the rest of the relaxing afternoon in downtown Helen.
So we've left Babyland and we're now in Helen, where the festivities and fun people and the spirits are high. There's a raging river behind me. We'll look at that too. All the beautiful stuff in Helen. We hope we can capture every single bit of it on our back road treasure today. Because this is what it's about, getting out, taking those back roads and finding something fun to do. Okay, so we're down by the river now, and you know, you never know what you're going to see when you're somewhere like Helen, but you don't expect to see a snake just sitting on the rocks right close to a little cafe. Amazing stuff, looking at that snake. I wouldn't have known that snake was there if somebody hadn't said, hey, you see the snake there? I look down, boom, there's a snake. Crazy stuff. That's what you see when you take the back roads. You don't expect it in Helen. So you can't come to Helen without coming to the fudge shop. Candy apples, caramel apples, we're gonna check this out.
Well, we're a fudge shop and we've been here since '77. The owner that opened this was an old Heidelberg band and he played that baritone that's hanging up on that wall over there. We specialize in fudge and we make our caramel from scratch. It's the best caramel you'll ever taste.
They always have some great music in Helen. There's some bar over there where people are getting drunk. We're not doing that right now. But hey, we're going into the winery. There's going to be some wine in here. And I hope so. So let's go do that.
Look at you, 2 minutes pour. Very good. We have something for everybody.
Okay, now you have your raspberry on the left and your muscadoo on the right. Muscadine is actually indigenous to Georgia in the southern region. It is a kind of a sweeter grape. It actually is comes from the vineyard, Fox Vineyard from Social Circle. It was probably one of the first wineries opened up in Georgia. It is 2.5 hours south from here.
That's fine. Take a picture of the beer. Just don't include me in it. Tell me when I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Okay.
Thank you.
Is that Santana?
Yes.
I think it is. It's kind of groovy here in Helen. Stopped off at the cafe, got a delicious Miller Lite, and it's actually Miller Lite. A lot of times you get a Miller Lite glass and you got Budweiser in it, but not here, buddy. It's all original. So we went to Cleveland today, to Babyland, and we went out here to Helen. We had a lot of fun, found a lot of great people, a lot of great sweets, great entertainment, great beer, had a great time. I encourage you to take a day off, take the weekend off, take the back roads and find the treasures. I did today and I had a great time. Till the next time, I'm Daryl D.
Creative artists can offer you a wide range of video production. Call the experts and discuss your project today, whether it's your special event or your company. Creative Artist, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist produces this program you're watching. Call Creative Artist today, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist, they'll put you in the spotlight.
Welcome to another edition of Through the Camera. I'm your photographer, Daryl Everidge. We're out at Conyers today, out at the International Horse Park, where we're going to experience some model trains that you can ride on. This is very interesting stuff. We ran into Peter, an old friend of mine, who's really into this stuff. He's got his own train.
I knew from the time I was a little kid, just introduced to trains, that this was something I wanted to do. I figured out when I was 9 years old how I was going to save my allowance and build one. That didn't happen. I was 30 until I started, and between wife, kids, job, whatever, it took me 15 years to build my engine and train that I've got now. But I've got two sons and a daughter. She could care less, but my sons, they love it. We go home covered. You see my face got a little soot on it already. We've been just running for a couple hours this morning, and they'll do the same. We go home dirty, nasty, and love every second of it.
Yonder coming, come coming down the railroad track. Look yonder coming down the railroad track. That's the orange blossom special. I'm gonna bring my baby back. And I'll lose in New York.
North Georgia Live Steamers. We've been in existence since 1981. We've started as just kind of a historical group. People really enjoy building the locomotives, playing with trains. These are just kind of the ultimate trains to play with. They're big. They operate. They're actually fully functional miniatures of the real thing. This, like any other hobby, is you can spend as much as you want. You can spend as little as you want. Some guys are into building the infrastructure, building bridges and the steaming areas and welding and fabrication stuff. They don't want to build an engine or a train. There's some guys, they'll spend $65,000 on a locomotive. I probably have less than $5,000 in mine, but I was able to do a lot of the work myself. Kind of a scrounged materials that people are throwing away. And you know, so started with a set of plans. There are some castings. Had to do all the machine work myself, but it's sky's the limit.
The main thing is we enjoy the hobby, and so we want other people to enjoy it. And we've also picked up new members since we have been running up at the horse park once a year. And I just think the people enjoy it. I mean, I understand it's already been 100 people that have ridden, so that's a good turnout. And there comes some more.
This is awesome. My dad's part of this, so this is really great. This is amazing. I've been watching to do this for a long time, so it's really amazing.
The Townhouse Cafe is a long and continuing tradition for Covington and Newton County. Residents and visitors from nearby communities visit the Townhouse Cafe on a weekly basis, not just for the food, but for the friendly smiles and the service that comes along with it.
Went to school with these guys, run the place, and so just great food. You know, I got a cheeseburger, and it was like the best cheeseburger I'd had in a long time. So.
Best cheeseburgers ever.
The Townhouse Cafe was established by Mrs. Ossie Lee R. Stone Ham back in 1964. James Ham has always been a part of the Townhouse Cafe and is the son of Ossie Ham.
And this is my mother, Passion. She loved this place when she got it. We was two doors down, 3 doors down, and then we moved up here. Mr. Hamo had this building, and he said he was going out of business, retired, and he said, why not buy this building and move here? And my mother, when she purchased this building, it was a passion for her. And this is how it began. It begins our passion for my mother and father. And then when she passed away, it come to be my passion.
Working closely next to his father is third-generation restaurant manager Cedric Ham, who learned all about the restaurant business from his father.
When we were like 13 or 14, we started working here during the summers. So every summer and then some Saturdays during the school year, we would work here, help him out, take orders, you know, clean the floor, clean the dishes, things like that. And as it progressed, we became more and more involved in it, to where he'd show us how to run a business, how to take care of stuff, repair stuff. So that, and that's the whole thing with running a business, is that a lot of stuff you have to do yourself. So we learned that. So that's where a lot of it started from.
In the 50 years I've been here, my brothers and sisters, my nieces, my brothers, wives have worked here, my wife have worked here. It was a family put together. Without my family, we couldn't have been 50 years here.
Here's a look at some of the beautiful Walton County parks. You're watching Walton Entertainment. Recently, Walton Entertainment had the opportunity to watch some tree surgeons in action. We're going to show you a before and an after shot of a tree removal. Here's a little work up in the tree.
This is the before shot, and then we'll show you an after shot. And this is the after, what it looks like with the tree down.
Okay. The Peach Mountain Gang, the way we got together, it's really, I think, a story of bluegrass community.
We never planned to be in a band. I never planned to sing or play more than one instrument. And Andrea, my daughter-in-law, and I started playing together, and she could sing, and we sang a little bit together, and we were playing on the square. And another band heard us ask us to sing along with them, to play with them at a gig. It was at a retirement home. And we had a lot of fun. Next thing we knew, that band was asking us to play a set at a benefit for a museum. And we didn't have enough people to play a set, but I had been to the SEBA, the Southeastern Bluegrass Association meeting, and met Libby, and had invited her to a jam class that Andrew and I were attending. And at that same jam class, we met Jeffrey. So we quickly called Jeffrey and Libby and said, hey, would y'all like to play with us at this gig? No pressure. And they said yes, and I don't think they knew what they were getting into, but as a result, the Peach Mountain Gang was born, and we've had a lot of fun.
She's from the hills of Kentucky, with long black wavy hair, and lips as sweet as warm red wine, no others can compare. I'm going honky-tonkin', everything's turned upside down, but when I find that gal of mine, we're really gonna paint this town. They say we can't get married. They say I'm not worthy of you. But they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what we've gone through. I'm going honky-tonkin', everything's turned upside down. But when I find that gal of mine, we're really gonna paint this town. Now when you see me coming, better raise your window high. And when you see me leaving, Lord, hang down your head and cry. I'm going honky-tonkin', everything's turned upside down. But when I find that gal of mine, we're really gonna paint this town. But when I find that gal of mine, we're really gonna paint this town.
Bluegrass gives me a sense of joy and purpose, even on my darkest days. It gives me happiness in my heart. You get a sense of community, and you get your bluegrass family, and I love performing and playing out. I never knew I would like it this much, but it makes you feel good.
There's a rabbit in a log and ain't got my dog, and how will I give him my note? I'll pick me a briar and I'll twist in his hair, and that way I'll give him my note. I know, yes I know. Me too. That way I'll give him my note. I'll pick me a briar and I'll twist in his hair. Ouch! That way I'll give him my note.
can't listen to the banjo and not smile. At least I can't. You know, you hear it on the Beverly Hillbillies. You hear Steve Martin before he went full-time playing. He'd play with it when he was doing his bits. And wow, that's just a wonderful sounding instrument. But my stepfather bought me one, bless his heart. He got it from a pawn shop, I believe. And I tried to play it off and on for about 18 years. And what I didn't know then is that the neck was warped. And what that means is once you start fretting up past the 3rd fret or so, it won't be in tune because there's no way the string's not in the right proportion. But I'd learned some rolls and stuff, and I would try to put away for a couple years. But on my birthday in 2011, I went to banjo.com when it's still here in Atlanta and tried something out, and lo and behold, those little rolls that I was doing actually sounded good. So I bought one right there on the spot, and I don't know that I've gone a day without playing it since, really. I take it
Well, I've been playing at the guitar since I was a kid, but would put it down, pick it up. Never really had other people. Didn't seek out other people to play with, and it wasn't. But I'd always it had always been a dream to be able to play bluegrass guitar in a band since I was in high school, really. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago that when I met these guys, I decided to spend time, and it's just been great. The bluegrass community, camaraderie, the family we've been talking about. It's just like I said before, string therapy. It's good for what ails you. It's a lot of fun, and it's just changed my life in a lot of ways, and really just so grateful to be playing with these guys, and all the people that we jam with is wonderful.
Steel rails chase the sunshine round the bend, winding through the trees like a ribbon in the wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track, 'cause I'm looking out ahead to keep my mind from turning back. It's not the first time I found myself alone at dawn. If I really had you once, then I'd have you when I'm gone. Whistle blowing, blowing lonesome in my mind, just carrying me along that never-ending meadow line. Steel rails chase the sunshine round the bend, winding through the trees like a ribbon in the wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track, 'cause I'm looking out ahead to keep my mind from turning back. Sun is shining through the open boxcar door, lying in my mind with the things I've known before. I've lost count of the hours, days, and time. Rhythm of the rails keeps emotion in my line. Steel rails chase the sunshine round the bend, winding through the trees like a ribbon in the wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track, 'cause I'm looking out ahead to keep my mind from turning back. 'Cause I'm looking out ahead, keep my mind from turning back.
With everyone sheltering in place, let's take a look back a few years ago on this Through the Camera.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Through the Camera. I'm photographer Daryl Everidge. I want you to join me as we visit people, places, and things, and we see it all through the camera.
So this week, I pack up the camera and head out to our backyard right here in Covington. I'm headed out to the Call to Action Camporee. It's happening at Burt Adams Scout Reservation right here in town. Boy Scouts from all over the region are coming in to have a great weekend of camping and fun.
It's the Atlanta Area Council event. The boys that are here today are here for a program that we put together. We've been working on it for about a year now. And the term Call to Action, this comes from us having various events, getting boys totally engaged in the action of scouting. We have 7 different distinct areas that the boys are operating in today, and everything from a human foosball to we have model rockets in camp here, and as you can see behind me, we've got an arena show going on, and lots of kids that are down here. I have about 1,100 boys and about 250 to 300 adult volunteers, so we've got a pretty good sized crew here today. We're excited.
The day was filled with fun stuff: zip lines, watercraft, rock climbing, tomahawk throwing. The whole day was just full of activities for all the Boy Scouts to enjoy and have fun outdoors. There was even some fun stuff going on stage.
We got the ESPN camera up front, ready to rock and roll. This is going to be on Sports Center next Thursday at 10 o'clock. Probably not, but we'll see what happens. All right, it's on 0. On your mark, get set, go! Come on, ladies and gentlemen.
Couple of clouds in the sky, but no rain to put a damper on this regional campout. It's held every 3 years, and it takes a steering committee with 13 service teams to plan, organize, and stage the event. You did a great job this year, guys. Glad I could be a part of it. And now let's take a look back at today through the camera with our photo album.
Thanks for joining me for another edition of Through the Camera. We love to visit people, places, and things, so we hope you'll join us each time we do this. Until next time, I'm reminding you to grab your family, grab the camera, and grab some memories.
Creative artists can offer you a wide range of video production. Call the experts and discuss your project today, whether it's your special event or your company. Creative Artist, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist produces this program you're watching. Call Creative Artist today, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist, they'll put you in the spotlight.